So this video today is going to seem a little off topic. I wanted to respond to people who are asking me and have heard me on the radio and say, what do you mean you're not religious? Why do you say that? You're talking about spirit all the time and stuff like that, and it's kind of a subtle point. You know, I feel totally devoted to God as much as I can be, trying to do better, and but I tend to call God spirit, and the reason is to avoid any images of this really nasty male figure who just loves you so much that if you don't obey all of his orders, he's going to throw you into eternal torture with, what do they say, no chance of parole or escape ever, and he's just going to see you tortured indefinitely. Now, there really are unstable, vicious beings like that. It's not just an imaginary human creation. You can definitely notice that there are some of those here on this planet, and there are those on astral levels, lower astral levels, where all kinds of heavens and hells really do exist. They're not imaginary. But the ultimate God that is of interest to me, and the conscious source we came from, is far beyond anything like that. There are better things than that, even way better things, and way beyond those heavens and all that. And by the way, the reason I look down, it's not anything nefarious. I bring a list of bullet points because I'm going to forget some of the things I wanted to share with you if I don't, you know, write a few notes down on paper. It's not scripted. It's just say, Richard, you were going to talk about this, and I say, oh yeah. So that's, if anybody's asking why I'm looking down, that's the reason. So why am I not religious? It's because human religions usually mix in a lot of horror and punishment and what they call justice with God. But the ultimate source isn't punishing us. It's not interested in stuff like that. Who's punishing us is ourselves. Our real consciousness comes from that ultimate source, and it's always pulling us back there toward harmony, unconditional love, and the characteristics that really come from that place. And so when we diverge from that and we go off into hating each other and fighting over nonsense and wanting each other punished for mistakes we've made, which all of us have made, should remember the thing about throwing the first stone, right? But we've got a lot more important stuff to worry about than what other people are doing wrong. We need to look more internally inside ourselves, and when we go against ourselves, we get pain and bad experience. That's where the force of karma actually comes from, that programming that we put into ourselves. It is possible to get out of it, but that's another talk. But when we are untrue to ourselves, that's the main thing, and we live in pain and we hurt others. A lot of religious scriptures that you may have heard of, and I've read most of, talk about all the people that God hates that are, you know, practically subhuman and deserve to be tortured and killed, or killed and tortured, and whatever order is appropriate. And that's a human concept, a lower astral concept. And when I say I'm not religious, I'm not referring to not focusing on spirit. I'm referring to any belief system that by definition you're not allowed to question. You just memorize it, you believe it, and that's the end of it. And if anybody else doesn't agree with it, they must be evil, and in some cases you're instructed to kill them. You can see that going on with a quite popular religion right now all around the world. And this is a human concept and not something very inspiring to follow. So, but there are religions besides the ones that you think of. And in medicine and healing, there are religions like vaccination, for example, and the belief system there is safe and effective. Dr. Tenpenny has talked about that in great detail on one of the great videos on our site at lostartsradio.com. And anybody that doesn't act devoted to the religion of vaccination, there are calls now for them to be imprisoned and silenced and punished and fined and all kinds of stuff. Same thing with drug medicine in general, where the belief system is that if you want to be healthy, you swallow toxic chemicals. That's really going to make you in good shape, right? It's called, you call the toxic chemicals medicine, and then they become good for you. That's definitely a religion. The belief that we're all different races, forgetting that we all came from southern Africa originally and migrated to different places and our skin changed color. That's a religion too, designed to get us fighting with each other. Chemical agriculture, not GMOs, but all of chemical agriculture is a really destructive religion. The belief in political parties. This is the reason that I'm not a devotee of religions. They become excuses to hate and kill. This is related to health, okay? Because if you have a belief that you're a limited being, you can't understand how to take care of your own body, you need doctors and experts to tell you how to do that, and that when they tell you things that are ridiculous, you have to follow them anyway because that's the religion of medicine. Doesn't have a very good outcome, as you may have noticed if you've looked around. But spirit is real, and the truth that you're not being told is you're a beautiful, incredible, limitless being that comes from unconditional love. Not some kind of justice system or anything like that. And physical health and the real laws of nature that control it also come from that same place. It's all based on harmony. So you may be worried that if there's nobody to be against or no justice to impose on anybody, nobody to hate, we won't have any purpose, but that's not true. There's something a lot better than that. And if you're alive in the physical body right now, you can get better, you can recover it. Just learn, find out about the real laws of nature, not this belief system that you have to eat toxic chemicals to get better. And educate yourself, find out what's really going on. Be brave and start searching. Take a look if you want at what we're doing on Saturday nights at lostartsradio.com. And just be reassured that the body can heal virtually anything. It's all based on harmony, and there's this current in you that has nothing to do with any beliefs in anything. It's life, and it has intelligence, it has consciousness, and it always pulls toward healing. All you have to do is learn to cooperate with it, and amazing things that might seem quite magical and miraculous will happen. Just learn how to support it. The rest will follow. Talk to you soon.